Okay, it is recording. We're about to do my intro, and I'm like, wait, is it recording? Yes, it's recording. Welcome, everybody. It is Izzy Gamer here, and we're going to do a little video, kind of ranting, kind of
karma,
kind of a little, you know what, this video is a little bit of everything, but it's for one specific thing. And before I actually forget, you don't see her.
I'm hidden
because
for obvious reasons.
She's a little camera shy. We're just gonna hi. Well, yeah, not camera shy, but for
just don't feel like showing my face because I look like shit. Which is every day.
I always look like shit. So you know, I mean, but
I'm like the hidden cameraman who's not holding the camera.
Exactly. But I have Zona Helix with me. I say Zona Helix because that's her YouTube name.
That's the first part of my name.
Yes, Miss Complicated. Anyway, so I have her over here next to me. I'm not pointing at that chair. I'm pointing next to me.
I'm over here.
the hand. She's the hand.
I'm the random hand.
So, today we're going to be talking about a few things. One of them being, I'm going to start this off with my past video. My last video called Rant 5. I got a lot of hurtful comments on it. A couple. One that kind of, it didn't set me off. It just kind of was like, I don't believe it because of the person who commented.
And knowing that person, they're actually known to be very spiteful.
Exactly.
So taking that comment as gospel would be kind of stupid.
Exactly. Well, I did get rid of them. I hid them away because...
Why the fuck would you want to leave them out in the open?
I'm not going to leave them out in the open.
That's personal
but
shit. But
one of them brought up... Let me just move my camera this way so I'm a little more centered. One of the comments brought up a mistake I had made in my past relationship. A mistake I made. Now, I don't like to dwell on the past. I try not to. I really, really try not to. And I'm willing to move on from the past. Absolutely willing to move on from it. I'm not perfect. I'll admit, yes, I made a mistake in my past relationship. And there's a reasoning behind it. So, today, you're going to find out what that mistake was. You're going to find out why it happened. And then, everything I did to make up for that mistake. I'll just say this. I'll say that. So, I made a mistake. Was it like 2018?
Yeah, it was like 2018.
And this is my past relationship. Okay.
Yeah, because it was in November.
Yes. So, it was literally 2 Novembers ago. Because it's still early 2020. Anyway, not the point. So, a couple of Novembers ago, I was in my past relationship, and it wasn't going well. I was doubting myself, mostly myself. I was going through a depression that I get every year around that same time.
Also known as seasonal affective disorder.
Thank you.
Which is clinically proven to be a seasonal-based depression which comes around during a specific season, usually as a result of a traumatic event. Such as, for me, in the winter, it's because of the death of my mother.
For me, it's because the death of a man I looked up to as a father figure. He may not have helped raise me fully, but he was definitely someone that I saw who could, as a father figure. I have many of those. And he was really close, me and him. I have a picture of him somewhere, but I'm not going to show it, because it also has a picture of my brother and my nephew, and I'm not showing that. Oh, high fives. She just crossed by the camera. So I was in a really dark spot mentally, and I know this isn't this isn't really something to use it as an excuse, but when you're mentally unstable to that point, to the point that I had been at the time, where everything just went out the window. My morals went out the window. They went out the window, down the gutter, and never returned.
Basically,
Were to, figuratively speaking, disappear until further notice, basically.
to better describe it, in this scenario, speaking to Spaz here, your heart was looking for an escape. It was looking for a way to find some form of joy and or happiness to avoid the darkness and sadness you were feeling. Because it was so overwhelming, your mind was willing to do anything it could to get out of that. I've been there before too, and admittedly, I made a mistake. Hell, I did that last summer.
Yes. So, well, during this mistake, now, I'm going to admit this because it didn't last long. The mistake I made did not last long at all. Because a part of my brain was still the person that I am when I'm not in this state of mind. So, there was still a small part of me that wanted to come out of this depression and knew that there was only one way to do it, and getting caught with this mistake was the only way. So basically what had happened, and the person I'm about to mention is no longer a part of my life. Thank fucking God, because so fucking fake.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's going to be a little bit of everything today. So basically what had happened was my brain, my mental state was so far gone, and my heart was looking for something to make me feel again, that I cheated on my ex. I'll admit it, I did. And to be honest, it wasn't the greatest relationship, so part of me thought I wasn't doing anything wrong. My brain didn't think I was doing anything wrong, and neither did my heart, because obviously
It was a form of escapism.
it was an escape from my
Harsh reality, basically.
yes, my harsh reality. Thank you. And this is why she's here, to help me explain this, because
Exactly. I'm good with words.
it's a little hard for me to come out and say these things. Hi, Fuzz. Especially when I get distracted, because cats. Not the movie. So
That was funny, I'm sorry.
exactly. And the person that I'd cheated on my ex with is no longer in my life. Found out he's a big ass prick with an ego who doesn't give a shit about anybody, and is a really fake friend, and has been a fake friend to me for a very long time. So that person's no longer in my life. Thank fucking God. And mind you, this only lasted what, a week?
A week at most.
A week? A week. Okay, a week. Once I was caught after this week, I broke down. I snapped back to reality, and I took time to really come back and be like, okay, I did it wrong. I made a mistake. High fives. Stop it. And I am going to what's the word?
Rectify that mistake.
Yes, I'm going to do everything within my power to rectify or make up for that mistake. And I did. From the second I blocked the guy, I got rid of his phone number, I made sure there was no way in hell he could talk to me, see me, or anything. Okay, he couldn't even come within like 10 feet, not even. Okay, if I saw him, I went the opposite direction. Okay,
And if I saw him, I was gonna call the cops.
Yes. Okay, I did that. I cut him out of my life completely. And I started trying to make it up to my ex. I did. Everything and anything possible. To the point where the April after, it was after this, we moved into an apartment, and I cooked, I cleaned, I did laundry by myself most of the time. And, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, yes, I made a mistake. I am not fucking perfect. And neither is he. He just doesn't want to own up to his mistakes. Some people don't. Some people don't know how to, or they just
lack the maturity to.
Or not even that, or they just don't think they did anything wrong. It's an ego thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mental thing. But I know I made a mistake. I owned up to the mistake, and then I did everything I could after I made it to fix everything, fix the hurt that I had caused. Now, while I was doing that, he was off doing other things, talking to other people. You know, he started becoming more distant. And like, dude, I'm trying to make this up to you. I'm trying to do everything I can to fix this because I made the mistake. I am trying to fix this. I know I made a mistake. I'm owning that mistake. I'm openly talking about it on the internet, on YouTube. Hello?
Yeah.
Like, yes, I made a mistake. That was the biggest mistake I've ever made in my entire life. Yes, biggest mistake I've ever made in my entire life was cheat on someone I was in a relationship with. But you know what? It was the only time I did it. Once. I did it once. And it only lasted a week. How can I be the bad guy now?
Because people are willing to do whatever they can to dirty your name in favor of that other person. Which,
here's
by the
the
way...
other thing. Here's the other thing. Hold on.
Okay.
I make a single mistake that did not last more than a week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? He made a mistake for a whole fucking year after that.
Mm-hmm. Because of your initial mistake.
Because of my initial mistake.
And matter of fact...
instead of coming to me and admitting that he also made the same damn mistake...
he hid away.
He hid it.
And didn't come out until you guys broke up.
And waited till we had split up to admit to it. And he didn't even admit it to me. He admitted it to somebody else who was connected to me. Who's no longer connected to me. Oh my God.
Which, by the way, if you lack the maturity to not be able to face the person you wronged just up front and say, look, I fucked up just as much as you did. Let's work on this.
I did.
I'm talking the other person.
I know, but like I did. I went up to him. I freaking started apologizing my fucking heart out and telling him that I will do anything to make it up to him.
Yeah.
Because I know I made a mistake. It looked like it hurt him because we all know what really is going on there.
Once we found out the truth.
Which, now I'm curious, is it the actual truth?
To me, it just smells like bullshit.
Everything just smells like bullshit to me now. And you know what? It's just... let's spill the wheel of bullshit. I mean, sorry.
Do we still have that?
I had to get rid of it so I can get Xfinity on my phone.
Damn it. Okay. Well, we prepared a wheel of bullshit that literally on the entire thing just said bullshit.
An app where I could spin a wheel. It was like bullshit. It was like regular. It said bullshit.
More bullshit. And then bovine fecal matter.
Exactly. Bovine fecal matter.
Which is just a scientific way of saying bullshit.
Exactly. So, anyway, all that happened. That's my side of things. Okay, I owned up to my mistake to him. I did everything I could to make it up to him afterwards. And I still got the shit end of the stick. I'm still the bad guy. It was still brought up because I was trying to get a pity party. No, I wasn't. That's the other thing. My last video was not meant to be pity. I did not want any pity. I did not want anybody to feel sorry for me. I was stating my opinion, stating what I thought, stating the truth. And instead of people understanding
Or remaining neutral.
I got attacked verbally
and harassed.
I got harassed. So I have arranged it so that I read all comments. I can see all the comments that happen. I see it all. Your cat's going crazy. And it's just astonishing. It's like, how can I owned up to my mistake. I owned up to it a long time ago. I also moved past it when I thought me and him were okay. When I thought me and him were good, because I'd been doing everything to make it up to him. Will I do it again? No. Learned my lesson. Fuck no. That's never happening again.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, part of it was depression. I was doubting myself. I was doubting the relationship. I was questioning everything. So, yeah, my mind went somewhere else. It went
to La La Land.
Went
to Shitville.
And stayed there until I got snapped back to reality. Sometimes that's what it takes for me, is when I start getting depressed. Now, I don't do that anymore because my current boyfriend is very understanding and helped me get through my last depression, which surprisingly I was actually looking forward to a lot of holidays because of him, and I didn't actually go to a dark place, and it felt nice to have that kind of communication and that level of understanding. Because, and I'm going to admit this, my ex, anytime I cried in front of him or got upset about something, whether it was a sad upset or an angry upset, he just kind of stood there and stared at me like I was stupid. Like he couldn't understand why I was crying, even though he knew exactly why. So every time, and Zona can account for this, anytime I needed to cry, I went to the bathroom and cried, because I knew if I cried in front of him, I was going to be looked at like I was...
like you had 3 heads.
Yeah, like I had 3 heads. And it's like, excuse me? Like, and so recently, and I say recently, I mean like within the past 24 hours, including today, by the way, I've learned a few things, and I hope to God my sister moves out of that place with her boyfriend.
Best wishes to them.
Best wishes to them. Good luck to them. I hope my sister sees this, because
that place is a shit show.
That place is a shit show, and I really, 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 really hope she gets out of there.
Yeah, for their own safety.
Yes.
And I know
and health.
And health, yeah. And I know me, her, and her current boyfriend may not speak, but do know, I really hope you guys can get out of there. We may not talk right now because of slight tensions, but I do hope you guys are safe and can get out of there soon.
Yes.
Because I would not wish that upon any of my enemies.
Karma is on her way to bite a certain someone in the fucking ass with a cactus.
As I just lose my shit for a minute. in the sense of I just started laughing.
See, Karma happens to be my very, very best friend, besides the one sitting next to me. Not standing. Why did I say standing?
I mean, I could stand, but
You could stand, technically, yes. You could stand next to me.
they'd see my legs. Oh no! I'm kidding.
They'd see like here down. I think.
I'm trying to be an enigma. They can't see me.
That's true. She's an anime character.
No, I'm just as anime as my drawings.
But it's just. Mm-mm. Oh, also, Karma went and kicked somebody else's ass. Quite. I don't know, like a few days ago.
Just as hard.
Just as hard. Where a certain someone who is no longer a part of my life, who used to be my friend, but is no longer my friend. I think I've mentioned his name a couple of times. I'm not entirely sure. He was a manager at a certain restaurant. And he failed his test, so he got demoted because they were willing to give him a second chance, but he failed, which means demotion. Honestly, I was kind of hoping he'd get fired because that would be the best karma. But she didn't. She didn't work that hard. But that's okay. Demotion's just as good. As I start dying on TV.
Karma had a bit of mercy.
Karma had a little more mercy than I was hoping for.
Which is fine.
Oh yeah, that's fine. It's just, I was just hoping for a little extra with that specific person.
Because sometimes it takes a little kick in the pants to really square you back up to par.
It does. It just
depends on the person. It doesn't work for everybody.
Do I know anybody else? I want to stab that person. I'm kidding. I'm not.
She's kidding.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I promise I'm kidding. I don't know who that is. Sorry, I saw a name on here I didn't like. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not perfect, you're not perfect. Anybody who commented, nobody is perfect. I know that is so cliche to say, but it's fact, okay? It is factual. It is true, because there's no such thing as perfect. Everybody has their own version of perfect, yes. But every time you say that, later on down the road, your version of perfect is going to change. I can quote that. Jacksepticeye said that. Or something along those lines. He said something along those lines. Like, your version of perfect when you were 10 is way different than your version of perfect now. Your version of perfect now is going to be way different from your version of perfect 5 to 10 years from now. Or less, depending on how often your version of perfect changes. Okay? I'm not perfect.
I sure as hell ain't.
She's not perfect.
I ain't no saint.
You're not perfect. We're all imperfectly perfect. You
said it right the first time.
I said it, okay, I did say it right the first time. I'm tired.
Basically, embrace your imperfections and understand that you're human. It's normal.
Your imperfections make you unique. Yes, sometimes an imperfection can cause you to make a mistake, but instead of throwing mistakes and a person's mistake in their face, understand that they're not perfect, and neither are you. And because we are not perfect, we're going to make mistakes. We're only human. If we were anything more than human, we'd be gods, basically.
Pretty much.
Well, that would depend, because there's also werewolves and vampires, and those aren't human. They can appear human, but anyway, I'm not going to get into that. But every human being is unique in their own way, and it's our imperfections that make us unique, and sometimes those imperfections can cause us to make mistakes. But we can't just throw a person's mistake in their face after, like, almost 3 years after it happened, when they've done everything they can to make up for that mistake, when they've done everything they can to move forward in their life and learn from that mistake. Have I learned from the mistake? Yes. I have always been against cheating, and when I actually did it, I broke one of my own personal morals, and it really, when I got snapped back to reality, it really hit me. It really affected me, like, hard. Like, I questioned my own morals. I questioned myself, because it's like, why would I break one of my own morals? Like, I know I was in a dark place, but why would I do that? And you'd be able to explain that better.
Yeah.
So, I'll let you explain while I'm dying.
Basically, to explain it from my own perspective, yeah, when you're like that, you know what you're doing is wrong. You're fully aware of it. But for some reason, the ability to escape whatever is ailing you becomes so tantalizingly, like, I don't know the word. Just
crippling,
I guess. It just becomes so, like, I want it. I want it. I want it. Because your brain is just telling you, do whatever the fuck you can to get out of this pit of whatever the fuck you want to call it.
darkness,
depression, instability, whatever. Do whatever the hell you need to do to get out of this so you can be happy. But as part of the human mind, and I'm no psychologist, but as part of the human mind, that is a very, very bad thing to give into. It's why peer pressure occurs. It's why all this other shit occurs. It's why people do really bad shit and get arrested for it. It's because our minds are telling us give up all morals to escape the dull or depressing aspects of reality. And that's where willpower comes in. You need to be able to tell yourself, I should not do this, I shall not do this, and I will not do this.
Well, and that's the thing, is like, normally I have that kind of willpower where I can be like, no. I can make it through this without going that far. But for whatever reason, this time I just said, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, my mind and hearts were like, fuck it. And my morals were gone, and it was like how to describe it? It was like I was trapped in my own mind, and I couldn't control my body.
Yeah. It's, unfortunately for some people, the reason why they do irreversible things. Like in May, when I was having those breakdowns, I went so far down that pit that I almost did something I couldn't reverse. And I'm sure the audience knows what I'm talking about. Because my mind just wanted the easiest way out.
Poke.
Also to lighten the mood, kitty.
Kitty.
Fat kitty. Fudgy kitty.
Bandit.
She's awake. I saw her ears move. Also, Fuzzy's under the chair.
That's adorable. I do see that. She's this way. She's there. There.
Hello.
She just peered over the thing.
Yeah, because I'm doing this. Kitty.
Anyway, but yeah, it's like sometimes it can get to the point where it's actually feels like being trapped inside your own mind where you can't control your body.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that's kind of how I felt when I made the mistake. Like, I was so far gone that I had I literally felt like I wasn't even in control of my own thoughts. Like, felt like I couldn't control a damn thing. And when somebody gets that far gone, bad things can happen. They can end up saying, "Oh, I'm going for a walk," and then you never see them again. Or what I did. Honestly, it didn't even really get far. The only thing, honest to God, the only thing, the farthest it got for a whole week was just texting each other lovey-dovey stuff.
Which I can attest to because I did see those.
And we went out a couple of times.
Yeah, because I remember you weren't home when I say we because
yes,
the ex came to me about it because I heard during that day, he was very distraught about something, so I woke up wondering, what the fuck's going on, and that's when he told me. That's when I found out. That's when a ex-friend of yours found out, and I demanded you come home immediately so I, as your sister, could talk to you about what the fuck just happened, because I understand that stuff.
Yes.
Which I did. When you got home, I politely, calmly, civilly spoke to you about,
yes.
Do you understand what you just did? And when you're ready to
it was literally then that I was like, oh shit, I did something wrong. And then my brain finally was like, okay, your turn. And I was like,
which is why I said when you're ready to talk, we'll be in my room, because that's where me, the ex-friend, and the ex were situated. Because we wanted to give you a moment to come to terms with everything and then open up. Which eventually you guys did do.
Exactly. And that's what I did. And I actually did it that night with my ex, is I opened up about why this happened and that it would never happen again. And I physically showed him, look, he's blocked on Facebook, he's blocked on Discord, he's blocked on Steam, he can't contact me, he can't see me, he can't nothing.
It's like with one of my exes, I blocked him on everything.
Yeah, I did that. And I physically showed my ex as I was doing it. And so it was like, how I'm trying to fix it and you're throwing me away. That's basically what happened.
It's like, yeah, it hurt, but it only happened once.
Once!
And that whole
we dated for how long, and it only happened once?
It was like, what, 3 or 4 years?
Like 4 years.
Exactly.
4 years. And in 4 years, I've only done it once, and it lasted a week. And then I came back to reality. I was like, wait, what the fuck did I just do? And
even then, it's not like you were hiding it for like a freaking year. Once you got caught, yeah, you came out about it.
Exactly. I got caught.
Shit, I fucked up.
I got caught. I know I fucked up. I opened up about it immediately. But I couldn't get the same in return, apparently. Because
that's what I did with my current boyfriend.
I'm trash. I'm the one that's trash. Okay.
Apparently. Wait. Apparently.
I can turn the camera a little bit more. You know that, right?
I'm fine with that.
I just...
Yeah, there you go. But, yeah. Like, I will admit, too, I did something similar. Except in my situation, it went further. And after it happened, because it was days before I started dating my now boyfriend, I immediately explained to him, yeah, I fucked up. I did something really stupid. And he did tell me that, the way it affected him, but because him and I are adults and we're mature, we talked it out and we're fine now. And we're still going strong to this day. We're coming up on our first year.
Oh, and that's Pops. Can you get that?
Yes.
So, I'm not perfect. I don't try to be perfect. I don't think I'm perfect. My last video was not meant to be a pity party or to say I'm better than anybody. I'm not. I'm just as broken. I'm just as hurt. Do I still hurt about it? A little bit. Do I still care about my ex-friend? Yes. I probably shouldn't, but I do.
Like anybody would.
Well, yeah, after 8 years of friendship, yeah, I kind of do. You know,
I know what she's talking about.
And that's the other thing. Is like my ex-best friend is what I've been calling her, is because she was my best friend for 8 fucking years.
That went out the window.
That went out the fucking window. And it's just one of those things. It's like after 8 years, oh, well, she backstabbed you. Why do you care? Because 8 years of fucking friendship actually means something to me? I'm sorry.
Kind of like the reason I had those breakdowns in May was because I lost a friend group because they realized I wasn't going to deal with their shit. I wasn't going to stand for it. A lot of their shit was just indirected, or falsely directed, just toxicity. Something I don't stand for. Or misguided toxicity, that's what I'm looking for. But yeah, it was just shit talk anybody we don't like and favor those we do like. And anybody who disagrees with us gets thrown to the curb. I wasn't going to stand for that anymore. And I will admit, again, because I'm not perfect, yeah, I was a part of that for a bit. But then when I started realizing the consequences of my actions and how this could really affect me and my reputation, I said, no. This isn't who I am. I was raised to be against this kind of shit. So when I stood up and they found out about it, they kicked me to the curb. They treated me like shit. They harassed me. And I had some pretty dark thoughts because of it. And I swore never to let myself ever encounter that again. And so now I'm very selective about who I open up to.
I'm eating a Cadbury egg, actually. That one's for you. Because I don't know if you've had these before.
I think I have.
Well, try it. Before I open this one, in case you don't like it.
I'm sure I like it. It's sweet.
It's not that it's sweet. Okay. So, I love Cadbury creme eggs. Apparently they come in a pack of 5 now. You can get them at Walmart. They come in different flavors. You get caramel ones, and there was another one. I didn't read it though. But anyway, yeah. So, don't come at me with my past. I've moved on from it. I've bettered myself. I've come to terms with that past, and I moved forward from it. I learned from it, because that's what you do. When you make a mistake, you don't dwell on it. You learn from it, and you move on.
You use it as a learning curve.
Yes, use it to better yourself.
And the fact people are still going after you about your past goes to show their level of maturity.
Exactly. So, I'm sorry. You're how old and you're coming at me? I'm sorry. You're like 40-something years old and you're coming at me for something I did 2 fucking years ago?
Uh-huh. Oh, so that's good.
I know, I love them so much, but ow.
And another thing is that it goes to show those people are either immature or they're unhappy with their lives.
Or they're one-sided because my ex doesn't like to tell the whole truth. Or the truth at all. Actually, he doesn't like telling the truth half the time. Most of the time.
Which, either way, not our problem. So if you have a problem with somebody and you get off to the whole harassing and treating them like shit thing, guess what? You're probably a piece of shit person. Hate to break it to you.
Or in the more... Sorry, I'm more peaceful than she is.
Oh, yeah. I'm very blunt when it's necessary.
So, for me, I understand. Yes, I made a mistake. Don't throw it in my face when it's been after 2 years and I've already moved on from it and I've learned from it. Because if you start doing that, there's something about you that you don't like. It's not me. Wrong. It's you. It's literally you. Because after 2 years, really, honestly, if you were going to throw it in my face, why didn't you throw it in my face when it actually happened?
Yeah.
It's
like, why does that even matter now? It's in the past.
Also, you can't judge what my opinion on my side of things if you don't know what happened exactly when you weren't there.
Yeah. Because technically, in this scenario, I I am one person who can speak on this entire matter because I was there for both sides. I was letting both sides vent to me about this shit. Which, yes, by the way, her, Spazzy, and her ex, while they were together and living here together, they would both come to me at different times just to vent about stuff and ask for advice. Because that's
Yeah,
who I was.
But guess what? I'm the only one who ever took your fucking advice.
Apparently.
I'm
No
the
offense
only
to the
one
guy
who
this
ever
is
fucking
about,
listened.
but yeah.
No, he doesn't listen. That's why we were fighting all the time.
Because I specifically said to both sides, if you guys are getting in an argument, take 5, 10, maybe 30 minutes away to breathe, relax, calm down, come back, and civilly discuss it and talk it out.
I tried that. He still turned it into another argument.
My point exactly.
Like,
I would hear it through my wall in my room.
I would literally I was like, okay, this fight is going nowhere. I'm going to hang out with BT for like 30 minutes.
Exactly. I'm just chilling.
I'm going to breathe. I'm going to relax. I'm going to come back. We're going to try and talk about it civilly. And every time I did that, it would start a whole new argument. Yeah. Like, dude, I'm not trying to fight with you. I'm not trying to turn you into the bad guy. I'm stating facts. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling my side of things. If your family don't like it, I don't care. And you know what? Good for you. Your new girlfriend, my ex-best friend, is fucking having kids. I hope you're both happy. Honestly,
best wishes, stay safe, and have good luck in your future endeavors, because we don't give a shit.
Well,
as nicely as I could put it.
Well,
I could go nicer, but no.
Yeah, she could be a lot nicer. But anyway.
Not in this case.
She really doesn't want to be nice today. But It's YouTube.
Yep.
So.
It's a rant video for a reason.
Semi-rant.
Semi-rant, semi-karma.
Bubble.
Yeah. Bubble?
Yeah, my cream had a bubble.
He had a booble.
Had a booble? A bubble. I said bubble. I did. Oh my goodness. Good thing I'm not monetized.
For a starting channel, that would take forever.
Oh, yeah.
And even then, it's like, by the time you get up to that point, you'd have, like, a good standing anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to have a good standing.
And by good standing, I mean, like, you would already be making different kind of content by then anyway. So,
Maybe.
So in your starting stage is just, in my personal opinion, just do whatever the fuck.
Oh, yeah.
If it works, it works.
That's what I basically do, is I do whatever I want. Excuse you. Totally.
Oh, yes, there's gonna be some giggle fits here and there to lighten the mood.
Yes, to lighten the mood. Anyway, so what do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
It's a good question. I never ever know how to end these videos, so I just ramble. I rant and ramble.
I'll probably make my own about, like, my own personal mistakes.
I hung out with my sister and her current boyfriend, who was also a friend of mine. Ironic. But no, they're really good.
Yeah.
He's very productive.
Yeah, they're not as toxic as the other issue.
They're more honest, too.
Situation, my bad. My brain is just autofilling in blanks at this moment. What the freak?
I like that color.
Oh yeah, it's like a light orangish.
Like almost a coral color.
Mm-hmm. Like a coral reef.
And
there's no more cats. There's no more kitties.
Yeah.
They all ran off.
Microwave card drawer. Bring me the treats. Watch this.
Oh, yeah, magic trick.
Watch this
magic treat instead of magic trick.
Watch this magic trick. Stay.
I have to hold it very gently.
Ready?
Not sponsored, by the way.
Not sponsored, by the way.
Oh, there's one.
There's two.
There's two. Does Kitty want to be in video? This kitty video.
Come on.
No.
You want the whole bag?
Do you want to pull one out of the bag?
You gotta come up here. Come on.
No, kitty, you gotta get on the desk. Only the camera could see this.
I can adjust it. Watch this.
Oh no. Oh no, they're going to see me. Oh, hello, kitty. Hello, Poppet. You want to eat? Here, we'll end the video with giving cats treats.
Yeah.
And just seeing the the adorable antics of our cats.
Come on.
The fur babies of the family. You want all the treats? Gotta get on the desk. Wait.
Go ahead, grab one.
Oh, she got two.
Oh, how sweet. You picked one for Fuzzface. Can you pretty kitty?
The fact we got that on camera makes me so happy. Please do not lose this footage.
I am not losing this footage. So that's gonna be all for today's video because I ran about the English out of ideas and my camera's all crooked now.
It's all cool, kid.
Alright.
Cool, kid.
So that's gonna be all for this video because I ran out of things to talk about. Anyway, so don't forget to hit
Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and tap that bell for notifications.
and
Totally
comment
didn't rip
down
that
below.
off.
What?
I said totally didn't rip that off. My bad.
Hey man,
Not sponsored.
not sponsored.
Not sponsored or endorsed by any popular YouTubers.
Exactly. That'd be cool though.
That would be.
And don't forget to put comments down below. I love to read them, and I may or may not do a
Comment reading video.
comment reading video, basically. Because why not? Because, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided on that one yet.
Kitty has stolen my chair. Kitty, I request... Oh,
There we go.
I've requested access back to my chair.
So, yeah. That's going to be all. I will see all of y'all spazzers. Because I guess that's what I'm calling y'all's now.
Spazzer gamers.
Spazzers. Because I'm spazzy. I'm the spaz. You guys are the spazzers.
We're the spaz lord.
Yes.
Or the spaz lady. Because that's the female equivalent.
Yes. So I will see all of you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye. And